Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Aini Dwi Mutikasari, and today I will invite you guys to talk about international human resource management in cross-border mergers and acquisitions, international alliances, and small and medium-sized enterprises. So this is the overview. The first is we're gonna talk about cross-border alliances. The second is cross-border mergers and acquisitions. Third is international equity joint ventures. And the last one is international small and medium-sized enterprises. What is cross-border alliances? Cross-border alliances are cooperative agreements between two or more firms from different national backgrounds which are intended to benefit all partners. Equity and non-equity modes of foreign operation. A non-equity cross-border alliance is an investment vehicle in which profits and other responsibilities are assigned to each party according to a contract. Each party cooperates as a separate legal entity and bears its own liabilities. Equity modes is a foreign direct investor's purchase of shares of an enterprise in a country other than its own. And as we can see on the picture, equity modes include subsidiaries, joint ventures, and mergers and acquisitions. And non-equity modes include subcontracting, outsourcing and offshoring, franchising, licensing, and management contracts. And the second is cross-border mergers and acquisitions. A merger usually results in the formation of a new company. As we can see in the picture, that when a company A and a company B form together and become the new company C, it's called a merger. And an acquisition involves the acquiring firm keeping its legal identity and integrating a new company into its own activities. So, acquisition is when a company A buys a company B, and it still become a company A. There are three typical problems that arise in cross-border merger and acquisition involve the following. First, within the first year of merger, it is not uncommon for a company's top management level to lose up to 20% of its executives. Over a longer time frame, this percentage tends to increase even further. Second, personal issues are often neglected, delayed, or not a priority. And the last one, finally, a high number of merger and acquisition fail or do not produce the intended long-term results. Typically, mergers and acquisitions are characterized by a series of phases. Depending on the publication, this phase will have different names. However, the merger and acquisition process usually consists of the following four steps. First, a pre-merger and acquisition phase, including a screening of alternative partners based on an analysis of their strengths and weaknesses. Second, a due diligence phase, which focus more in depth on analyzing the potential benefits of the merger. Here, product market combinations, tax regulations, and also compatibility with respect to human resource and cultural issues are of interest. Third, in the integration planning phase, which is based on the results of the due diligence-based planning for the new company is carried out. Fourth, in the implementation phase, plans are put into action. Strategic human resource management in merger and acquisition. Based on strategic human resource management literature, suggesting a fit between business strategy and human resource strategy, they argue that firms should match their merger and acquisition strategy with their human resource strategy while relying on three conceptual tools. First, resources are defined as tangible assets such as money and people, and intangible assets such as brands and relationships. In the context of human resource in merger and acquisition decision, about resource involves staffing and retention issues, with termination decisions being particularly important. Second, process refer to activities that firms use to convert the resource into valuable goods and service. For example, in our case, this would be training and development programs as well as appraisal and reward system. And the last one is values, are the way in which employees think about what they do and why they do it. Values shape employees' priorities and decisions making. Third, international equity joint ventures. An international joint venture is a separate legal organizational entity representing the partial holdings of two or more parent firms, in which the headquarters of at least one is located outside the country of operation of the joint venture. Definition by Shankar and Zaira. In international joint ventures, there are two challenges includes the following factors. First, human resource must manage relations at the interface between international joint ventures and the parent companies. The different partners that make up the international joint ventures might possibly follow different sets of rules, and this can lead to critical dualities within the human resource function. Second, the human resource department must develop appropriate human resource management practice and strategies for the international joint ventures entity itself. Human resource has to recruit, develop, motivate, and retain human resource at the international joint ventures level. Next, the main reasons for engaging in an international joint ventures. First, to gain knowledge and to transfer that knowledge. Second, host government assistance. Third, increase economies of scale. Fourth, to gain local knowledge. Fifth, to obtain vital raw materials. 6. To spread the risk. 7. To improve competitive advantage in the face of increasing global competition. And the last one, to provide a cost-effective and efficient response required by the globalization of markets. Within the different stage of international joint ventures formation, the human resource manager may take on many roles in order to meet the challenge of interaction between the parent company and the international joint ventures. So, there are 4 international joint ventures development stage and human resource management implementation. First, In the partnership role, human resource managers should take the needs of all stakeholders into account and demonstrate a thorough understanding of the business and the market. Second, as a change facilitator and strategy implementer, human resource managers should be able to conceptualize and implement new strategies involving trust-based communication and cooperation with relevant partners. This also requires the creation of a stable learning environment. Third, as an innovator, the human resource managers should be able to identify talent for executing international joint venture strategies and adapting to change in the international joint venture stage. And the last one, as a collaborator, the human resource manager's strengths should lie in creating win-win situations characterized by sharing rather than competing between the different entities engaged in the joint venture. Fourth, international small and medium-sized enterprises. There are two kind enterprise category. The first is medium-sized. The headcount is less than 215 and the annual turnover is less than 15 million euro and the annual balance sheet total is less than 43 million. And the small enterprise category, the headcount is less than 15, the annual turnover is less than 10 million euro and the annual balance sheet total is less than 10 million euro. Top 10 barriers to international markets by small and medium-sized enterprises. First, not enough working capital to finance exports. Second, inability to identify foreign business opportunities. Third, limited information to locate or analyze markets. Fourth, inability to contact potential overseas customers. Fifth, inability to obtain reliable foreign representation. 6. Lack of managerial time to handle internationalization. 7. Untrained or not enough personnel to go international. 8. Difficulty in managing competitors' prices. 9. Lack of home government's assistance and incentives. 10. Excessive transportation and insurance costs. International human resource management features in small and medium-sized enterprises. First, the founder or owner has large impact. Second, recruitment, selection, and retention. Small and medium-sized enterprises struggle because of perceptions. Third, yet small and medium-sized enterprises requirements are similar to those of large organizations. Fourth, human resource development, learning. Fifth, expatriate management. 6. Limited human resource department resource and outsourcing. Thank you for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.